What showed you that your family treated cruelty like entertainment? My mom told me, those kids deserve whatever's coming to them, the night before someone called in a beam threat to my school. I knew right then that my own mother wanted my students dead. I teach at an inner-city elementary school, and honestly, when I first started, I was this naive white girl from the suburbs who thought I was going to save everyone from their broken homes and empty lunch accounts. Instead, these kids and their families ended up saving me. There's this parent advocate named Herlinda who basically took me under her wing when I had no idea what I was doing. She taught me how to actually connect with my students and their communities instead of just feeling sorry for them. Herlinda became like a second mom to me. She'd invite me over for dinner and include me in family celebrations. Her whole extended family treated me like I belonged there. For the first time in my life, I felt accepted for who I really was. Then my dad saw photos from Herlinda's daughters Quincy and Yara on my Instagram and slammed his phone down on the kitchen table. "What the hell is this?" he said, pointing at me dancing with Herlinda's family. My brother scrolled through more pictures and shook his head. "Jesus, why are you posting pictures with these welfare queens? Delete this shit." My dad started pacing around the kitchen. "We pay taxes so their kids can get free everything, and this is how they repay us? By brainwashing our daughter?" When I told them these people meant everything to me, my mom's face went cold. "Those people saw a naive white girl from a good family and decided to take advantage of your guilt," she said, crossing her arms. "That whole neighborhood is nothing but drugs and violence, and they're teaching you to be ashamed of being white." My brother nodded and added, "They're filling your head with lies about our family when we're the ones who actually work for what we have." I noticed after that conversation my parents started locking their car doors when we drove anywhere near my school. My mom would physically turn away when she saw Hispanic families at the grocery store. My dad started making comments about how those schools were just breeding grounds for criminals anyway. Then the anonymous harassment started. I only found out after I spoke at a school board meeting asking for more funding. 3 days later, my principal called me into her office with dark circles under her eyes. "We've received 7 anonymous complaints about you this week," she said, sliding a stack of papers across her desk. "Someone kept calling saying I was grooming students and taking them to private locations after school. I managed to get cleared after an investigation, but it left me quivering in my boots." Things got scarier when Herlinda pulled me aside after school one day. Her hands were shaking as she unlocked her car. "Someone's been following me home," she whispered, looking over her shoulder. "Same black truck every time I leave here." 2 weeks later, she called me crying because someone had keyed deep scratches into her driver's side door right there in our parking lot. Around the same time, I noticed my brother had been asking too many questions about my work schedule and which families I spent time with. "So which one of those women is your new bestie?" he'd say with this weird smile. "Hope you know they're just using you to get access to our family's money." My stomach started dropping every time he brought up my job. I tried my best to blow off his questions. The breaking point came when Herlinda called me at 6 in the morning. I could hear her kids crying in the background. "They spray painted our house," she sobbed, "right across the front door. My babies saw it when they went outside." That same night, my uncle had gotten drunk at a family barbecue and bragged about teaching those people a lesson about staying in their lane. I finally connected the dots about who was behind everything. I had my suspicions about my family earlier, but this was the nail in the coffin. My hands were shaking when I started recording my family's phone calls because I needed proof of what they were doing. That's when I caught my mom making the comment about my students deserving whatever happened to them. She was folding laundry and said it so casually, like she was talking about the weather. "Those kids are lost causes anyway. Their parents don't even care about them, so why should we?" I stared at her face and realized my own mother saw children as acceptable casualties in her war against people she'd never even met. The bomb threat came the next day. I watched my terrified students huddled on the playground while police searched every classroom. Little hands gripped mine as they asked if they were safe. I took all my recordings to the police that afternoon. My dad and uncle got arrested for making terroristic threats. The whole family has disowned me, but Herlinda's family brought me groceries when I couldn't leave my apartment. These people my family tried to destroy are the ones keeping me safe.